Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you how to solve a 9x9 Rubik's Cube. Just kidding, it's a 3x3 as most of you should know. First, we're going to have to look at something that I call the 4 moves. They're not necessarily called the 4 moves, but I'll just call them for this purpose. The 4 moves are turn the right side like that, up, turn the top side like that, and then everything backwards. Right side down, top side, the opposite way. And those are the 4 moves. This also has to be on the left side. The left side up, the top side like that, your left side down, and the top side back. Before I start the tutorial, I want to show you how the pieces move around in the cube, so you have an idea on what you're doing. So, if you take a look at this piece right here, white and green. If I wanted to move this one up here, it would be pretty obvious. You just turn this, and that's correct, but that would mess up everything else here. But in that case, that's the case that we want, so we can just do that. But what if you wanted to get this into its right spot? White and green, where it belongs. White and green. In order to move this here, we'd have to put it onto one of these 4 edge pieces. Because if I wanted to move this one here, I could easily turn the top face twice. And that turn the entire face. If I want to move this one there, I could go like that. So in order to move this one here, I could first put it onto one of these 4, and then turn it. And now it's in its right spot. Before I go on, I want to ask you one simple question. What if I wanted to get this one here? Think of the solution yourself before moving on to the next part of the video. So a simple solution would be to move this one into one of these sides so that we can move it here easily. If I want to move this one here, I can go like that. So if I wanted to get I can move this down and move this up, and now it's in its right spot. The first step we'll be covering is the white cross. This is the first step of this method and is probably the most complex. Well, I'm not sure about that, but it's probably one of the harder ones of this, even though it's the first step. It's actually pretty easy to learn though, so let's get on to it. So first what we want to do is to put all of these, the edges that have white on them, next to the yellow centerpiece. So a white one go here, a white one here, a white one here, and a white one here. So this one can go anywhere on one of these 4. So I can move this one up here like this. This red one up here. Let's look for another one. This one can go up there. This one has to go there. So let's apply some tricks we learned at the beginning of the video. We would get the empty one over here so that we don't mess up anything else. And so that when we move this, it goes up there. So now that we've done that, our next step is to align all of them with the centerpieces to make the white cross. So let's see how that would be done. This red one is already aligned, so you can just turn the side twice. This blue one is already aligned. We can turn this side twice. Green goes over here, so we turn this and then flip it twice. Or this orange one goes here, so we move it there, flip it twice. And without looking at the corners, you now have the white cross. Let's look at another example. This one, I move on to any of these 3, so I can move an empty one there, move it up. Here's another one, we can put it up there. And this one, we have to put it there. But here's something interesting. Here, we're gonna have to move this up to here so that we can easily move it on. We can move this one here or here, so that when we move it up, it will be onto either one of these spots. Or we can flip it upside down, put it here, so that we can easily put it up there. First, I'm going to be showing you this. We're going to move this one here. But we're going to have to do that without messing that up. We can do that by putting one that we don't care about there. We don't care about this one, so you can move it there. And now when we move it, it doesn't mess up anything we want. Now you put the empty one up there. When we move it up, it's in the state where we want. And then we align everything. Blue goes with blue. Green goes with green. Red is already aligned. Orange goes with orange. And that's the white cross, without looking at the corners. So after you solve the cross, we're gonna be putting all of these white corners into their right spots. So this one, red, blue, and white, would go here, red, blue, and white. So in order to do that, we're gonna first put it above the spot where it belongs, which is right there. And we're gonna do the 4 moves on the right side, how many times necessary it takes to put this piece into its spot. So let's do it. We'll do the 4 moves, and now it's in its right spot, which is awesome. This one, white, blue, and orange, put on top of white, blue, and orange. So we do it as many times as needed. It's not correct. Not correct. Now it's correct. This one, white, green, and red, right here. No. No. And there we go. And right here, we do it again. Nope. Nope. There we go. And that should solve the whole layer. What if the piece is in its right spot and flipped? If it's like this, then you just hold it like this, and you just do the 4 moves, and now it's out of its spot, and you do it the same steps. There we go. Let's do the rest. This one, it's in there. This one, it's in there. And this one goes in there. The third step is to solve the middle layer, which is this piece, this piece, this piece, and this piece. This is the middle layer. So first what we're gonna do is look for a piece where on this top layer that does not have yellow on it. This one has yellow on it. We can forget about it. So these 3 don't have yellow on it. So we can look at those. Let's take a look at this one, red and blue. So first we're gonna align this where it belongs, which is right here. Then we're gonna apply a set of moves in order to insert it into here. First, what we're gonna do is move it so that it goes parallel with with its slot. We're gonna move it away. Now they're parallel. And then we're gonna do since we're moving this piece onto the left side, we're gonna do this set of moves. We're gonna do those 4 moves that I talked about earlier in the video on the left side. We're gonna rotate it so that this white is now facing away from us. Then we're gonna do the 4 moves on the right side. And that's all that piece. Let's look for another one. Green and red. It goes to its left. First we're gonna move it parallel. And then since it's moving to the left, we start with the left side. And then the right side. This one, it's going to the left, so we do that same thing again. Okay, now this last one, this time it's going to the right. So instead what we're going to do is we're going to move it parallel so that now we can't intersect them like that. So then we're going to do the set of moves on the right side. And then do it on the left side. And that, if you do it correctly, the middle layer should be solved, unless you have these special cases. So what if we have all 4 pieces on the top layer have yellow on them? So if you look at the middle layer, you'll see that these 2 are in the middle layer, but they're not in the right spot. So what we'll have to do is we're gonna have to swap them with any random piece on the top. I'm just gonna choose this one, so move parallel. Since we're moving to the right, start with right, and then left. Okay, now we have the piece here. We can move it to the left. Okay, now this one moves to the right. And that's it. What if you have a piece that's in its right spot, but it's flipped? In order to fix this, we'll just swap it with any random piece like before. This one right here. Okay, and now we reinsert it correctly. Goes to the right. And that's it. The fourth step is to solve the yellow cross on the top layer. In order to do this, we're going to have to learn a new set of moves, but it's nothing really new. First, we're just going to turn the front side, like that, do the 4 moves, and then undo the front side. And when done correctly, you should have the next case, which I should be talking about right now. So if you have a case like this, where you have like an L shape, we're gonna put the L shape so that it's on the top left. We're gonna hold this side and do that set of moves. So after you solve this middle layer, and if you have the yellow side, I mean the horizontal line, excluding the corners, you have the horizontal line. You just hold it on the side so that it's horizontal, like this, or like this. Do we do the set of moves again? We now have the yellow cross. I'm not sure how that happened. This is supposed to be illegal. So like I said before, here's the steps. If you have the dot, hold any side like this, except for white or yellow. Do the set of moves. And then you should have the L. Hold it so that it's in the top left. Set of moves, horizontal line. And there you go, yellow cross. The fifth step is to align all of the edges that have yellow in them in the correct spot. So orange goes here, green here, red and blue have to swap. So we're gonna have to learn a new set of moves. First, we're gonna look around to see which pieces are the best case that we have. So this one, only excluding the corners, so don't get confused with that. This one is here, this one is not correct, this one is not correct, this one is not correct. And that's not good. So we're just gonna turn the top side again. This one is not aligned, not aligned, not aligned, not aligned. That's even worse. Let's turn it again. So this is not aligned, this is not aligned, this is not aligned, this is aligned. That's only one. So let's look again. This time, 2 are aligned, and that's what we want. So we're gonna hold it so that the solved 2 are in the top and right. Then we're gonna do this set of moves. We're gonna do the first 3 moves of those 4 moves, but exclude the last move. We're just gonna leave it there. Instead, we're gonna move it all the way over there, so that now the white is facing away from us. And then we move this up again, and then put this corner back here. Then we move it down, and then if we turn the side, all edges should be aligned. But what if you have a case like this? 2 of them are solved, but they're across from each other. We have to swap these 2. This is normal. We hold any side except for white and yellow and do the set of moves. Okay, now I apply the looking technique. These 2. Okay, now we hold it in the top left, or the top right, sorry. And now all of the edges are aligned. The next step is to solve all of the corners, or at least align all the corners so that they're in the right spot. So first we're going to look for something that's in this right spot. Yellow, blue, and red. Yellow, red, but no blue. Orange, blue, yellow. Yellow, blue, but no orange. Yellow, green, yellow. Red, green, yellow. Yellow, no red, no green. This one is in its right spot. Green, orange, yellow. Green, orange, yellow. So we're going to hold this in its top right spot. And we're going to do this set of moves. We're going to turn the top side with our right hand, like that. With our right hand again, we're going to turn the right side up. And then with our left hand, we're going to do the exact same thing. Top side with your left hand, and left side with your left hand. Then we can do everything backwards. With your right hand, move this turn the top side, and move this down. With your left hand, turn the top side, move it down. And then, if you've done it correctly, you should have all of these aligned. In my case, they're not, which means I did not do anything wrong. I just need to do the algorithm again. So we're gonna do that. And now all of the corners are in the right spot, but not necessarily flipped the right way. But what if you have a case like this? No corners in the right spot. This is not in the right spot. This is not in the right spot. This is not in the right spot. And this is not in the right spot. You're just gonna hold any piece in the top right spot. I'll choose this one, do the algorithm, and then we look around. This one is in the right spot. So we hold in the top right and do it as many times as it needs in order to solve the rest of the corners. And there we go. Now, the final step is to twist all the corners so that now they're facing the right way and it solves the cube. So we're just gonna hold the yellow side on the bottom, and here's the thing we'll have to do. We're gonna take the unsolved piece and put it so that it's right here in this spot. Then we're gonna do those 4 moves until until the yellow is down here. So let's see. It's not down there. Now it is. So we're gonna turn the bottom side so that another unsolved piece is here. So a common mistake people do is they turn the entire cube instead of turning the bottom face. This will mess everything up, so be careful that you turn the bottom face and not the whole cube. And then we're going to repeat that process. Not oriented. Now it's oriented. Let's turn the bottom face. Not oriented. Now it's oriented. And now that you look, all of the yellow sides are solved. So we just turn it as many times as necessary, and now we have solved it. Let's look at that step again. This time, all 4 are not oriented correctly. So we're gonna hold it on the bottom, and let's look at this one. Not oriented. Now it's oriented. So we turn the bottom face. Not oriented. Not oriented. Not oriented. Now it is. And we're just going to repeat that process. There you go. We just turn it again. And there you go. The entire cube is solved. So let's take a look at a quick example solve. I'm just going to be showing you a solve that I'm going to do. This is a completely random scramble, and I'll just be doing this method on here so you can, I don't even know. So obviously first step is to solve the cross. First we make this shape, and then we align them. Red goes there, blue goes to blue, orange is aligned, green goes to green. Now we flip all the corners into the right spot. White, green, and red right here. Okay. This one, red, blue, and white right there. Okay, it's in there. This one right here. And the last one, where is it? Oh, it's right here. It's right here. Now it's in its right spot. Okay, then we put all the edges. It goes right here. Okay, red and green goes right here to the right. Blue and orange goes right here to the left. Alright, now we solve the yellow cross. Put it in the top left. Do these moves. We have a horizontal line. Now you can turn it into a cross. Okay, and then we align all the edges. So let's make at least 2 aligned, so none of them are aligned. Only one is aligned. Now 2 are aligned. So put them in the top right. Do this set of moves. Okay. And now we were supposed to align all the corners, but they're already aligned for us. If that happens, that's completely fine, where you skip a step, it's automatically done for you. That's fine, you can just say thank you to the cube. Okay, and you just twist the corners. That's done. Turn it. Turn it. Now they're all twisted. And now the cube is solved. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and I hoped I helped you be able to solve your cube. If you did enjoy this tutorial, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel, and comment any suggestions or any problems you might have with this. I'll see you in the next video.